Maayong adlaw, third graders. Aniya na usab si Teacher Lanjan aron mag-uban ug magiya kaninyo sa pagtuon sa bag-ong pagtulunan sa MTB. Sa dili pa kita magsugod, before we start, please prepare your PLM and MTB and of course your pencil. Andam na ba mo maminaw? Are you ready to listen? Very good. Sit properly in your respective area because we will start right now. Ang atong bag-ong hilisgutan karon mahitungod sa Bahin sa Sugilagming. Our topic this week is all about elements of a story. Adunay 5 ka bahin ang sugilagming. So there are 5 elements of a story, and for this lesson, we will tackle only the 5 main elements of a story. These are the elements of the story. Una, first one is mga tao or the characters. The second one, dapit hinabuan or the setting. The third one is dagan sa istorya. The fourth one, panagbanggi or conflict. And the fifth one, the last one is hilisgutanan. And now, we will talk first about mga tao. The first element of a story is mga tao, or in English, it is characters. So, ipaila-ila ang mga tao o character sa sugilagming. Apil na usab ang ilang kinaiya ug batasan. So, ang mga tao or the characters are the people in a story. They are the one who act a certain story. The characters could be a human, they could be an animal or an imaginary objects or creatures. The author or the writers of the story introduces the characters. They also describes and reveals the behavior and attitude of the character. Okay, so I will give example. Long time ago, in a beautiful place of Bagong Banwa, there was a girl named Amber. Amber has a beautiful face and hair. She looks like her mother. Amber is also a kind and obedient girl. She always obeys her parents. So, diba, I introduce the character who is Amber, and I also describe what kind of person is Amber. Now, let's go to the second element of a story, which is dapit hinabuan or setting. Kini ang panahon ug lugar kung asa nahitabo ang sugilagming. So the setting contrast tells where and when a story takes place. The author or the writer includes things like the weather and the situation in which the characters finds himself or herself, so the readers could think and imagine that certain event. So, mao kini ang setting. So, in my example a while ago, where the story happened. Yes, very good. The story happened in a beautiful place of Bagong Banwa. And the next one, the third element is what? Yes, that's right. The third element is dagan sa istorya, or in English, plot. Dagan sa istorya. Masayran niining bahina ang mga panghitabo sa mga tawo o character. So the plot kuno class will show the sequence of events. The events happened in a specific order. All stories have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Plot is also called what happened in the story. So, ang plot kuno class will tell you what happened in a certain story. Mao ka na ang that is the plot. The fourth one is panagbanggi or conflict. Panagbanggi or conflict. Kini ang bikil kasamok ug hagit nga ipakita sa karakter ang paningkamot nga magmalangkuson. So this is where the problems and struggles of the main character occurs and will reveal how he or she overcome and succeed despite all the problems, all the challenges that he faced. This part of the story, this element of a story will lead to the ending. In this element, you will ask yourself, how is the problem of the character resolved? How is the challenges of the character solved? So you will ask yourself these questions in this element, the conflict. And the last element, unsa man? What is the last element of a story? Very good. The last element of the story is hilisgutanan or theme. Dinhi nakaalirong ang sentral nga ideya o tema sa istorya. So sa hilisgutanan kuno class or sa theme, nakaalirong ang sentral nga ideya o tema sa istorya. So the theme is the message or the lesson of a story. What the message of the author trying to tell to his or her readers. So after you read a certain story, kuno class, you will ask yourself what I learned from this story. For example, you read a certain story and then at the end of it, you'll ask yourself what I learned from this story. And that is theme, that is hilisgutanan. So, unsa ganito ang mga bahin sa sugilagming? What are the 5 main elements of a story? Very good. Una, mga tao or characters. The next one is dapit hinabuan or setting. The third one is, yes, right, that's right, dagan sa istorya. And the fourth one, excellent, panagbanggi or conflict. And the last one, yes, very good. The last one is hilisgutanan or theme. So class, always remember that these 5 elements of a story will not stand alone on a story. So these these 5 elements will not stand in a certain story. So there is no setting if there is no character. There is no plot if there is no setting. And there is no theme if there is no what? There is no theme if there is no plot. So there can be no plot if there are no setting. There are no setting if there is no character. So always remember that these elements could not stand alone on each. And when you are reading a story, again, when you read a certain story, always look for these main elements, for these 5 main elements, ang bahin sa sugilagming. So if you read something, dapat imo siyang i-identify which of those are the 5 elements, which of those ang mga bahin sa sugilagming, because it will help you to understand how they are connected, how these elements are connected to each other. So, do you understand? Do you have any question? So we can call it a day? Okay, so let's call it a day. So thank you so much, third graders. And reminders, do not forget to answer your quiz, your worksheet, and send it to my messenger account. Understand? Okay, take a picture of your quiz and your worksheet and send it on my messenger account. So once again, this is Teacher Linjen saying, stay safe always and God bless you all. Goodbye everyone!